I feel it's very important that I record this miracle. After being a cripple for 8 months, I have struggled with Parkinsonism since the age of 6 years old, and I'm 79. Many times I have been terminal, and I reversed it with an okra diet, all of which is on YouTube and Facebook, and I've got it all over the place on Google Docs. But here is something beyond anything I've ever experienced. I can't account for what happened. I don't know what happened. But here I am on February the 10th in Walden, and I was able to do 1 kilometer. Now that may not seem like a lot to some of you skiers, and you've got bodies like to die for. But when you've been a paraplegic for 8 months and couldn't walk from the bedroom to the bathroom with excruciating pain, without help, you lose your speech, you can barely talk. Dan would drive me all the way to Moonlight for 5 minutes, and I would take an attack climbing 6 steps, and he'd have to carry me home. So the thing is that after doing all of that, I was okay. The first time I went out in Capril on February 8th, yes, I took a minor attack, and I was too exhausted to do anything the following day. But here's the thing, each day, and Dan was suffering with a migraine, and he came out anyway. That's him in his snowsuit. I bought him because he hates the cold. And he couldn't ski. He just sat and waited for me while I did a half hour. And then on February the 11th, I just did the flat to build up my muscles, because I had done hills for the first time since March of last year. And I was obviously going to be a little bit sore, so I was worried that I would overdo it. I'm very careful on how I rebuild my muscles. I've been at it all my life. But I think the fact that at 79 I could put the Parkinsonism in remission, yes, there's partly diet, of course, but there's more than that. This time it's a miracle, because I've been on the same diet for months with no effect. And I just got on my knees and prayed, because truthfully, I didn't want to live anymore. And I'm having the time of my life. So I think what I'm trying to tell people is get out, get in the snow, toboggan, roll around, have fun. I don't care if you're 90 or 9. You don't know what's around the corner. Life can be wonderful. Now, I am sorry that we don't have access for wheelchair, because I know people in a wheelchair could cross-country ski. I skied with one once, and a guy on with no legs. It can be done. Now, I drove. Wow, amazing. I actually drove to Walden. I did the 1K up and down the hills, no attack, and I'm fine. And some guy blew propane into my Jeep, but I had my gas mask, and I because I was alone, I made sure I wore my gas mask. But yeah, I did really good. That's the good news. Yippee-doo. Bad news, Dan is still very sick. He's been walking around the block about 3 different times to just try to flush out, but anyway, it was cold and lovely, and one guy just loved my outfit. He said I was really brighter than Big Bird.